Good morning. There we go. Boy, this is really a terrific turnout on a little chilly Tuesday, Wednesday. I just retired the 1st of July, so all these days are running together. At this time of morning used to be a regular for me, but I struggled a little bit. Usually at this time of day, I'm just getting out of my pajamas and turning the coffee pot on and looking for the newspaper. But it's great to be here with everybody this morning. Thank you for joining us at our 2023 Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont annual celebration. I'm Andy McWilliam, Chair of the Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont Board of Directors, and it's my pleasure to be your MC this morning. It's an honor to be here today to celebrate with all of you. First and foremost, thank you for all you do, not only attending the celebration this morning, but your continued support, which takes on many forms. I'm excited to celebrate some of the many accomplishments that have taken place throughout the year. During the program this morning, you'll be able to hear from several of the clients who have received services through our programs. Hearing and seeing these stories directly from our clients will help us all get reconnected to why we're all here and why we're celebrating you, our supporters, in Easterseals, New Hampshire and Vermont. We'll also be able to recognize and acknowledge two of our supporters who have been outstanding and unwavering in their commitment to the organization with 2 new awards this year. In addition, I'd like to recognize several dignitaries who are joining us this morning. Here to my left, Mayor Joyce Craig, who you'll hear from soon, Senator Lou D'Alessandro, Alderman Chrissy Cantor, and Alderman Will Stewart. Thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. As you may be able to tell by the decor in the room, the theme of this morning's event is Connecting the Dots, True Integration of Care. When we adopted our strategic plan in 2022, we made the commitment to strengthen our organization to ensure that every person we serve has access to the services and supports they need to succeed, to engage our community, and to advocate for vulnerable populations. We are an unwavering ally to people with disabilities, their families, caregivers, and those in need at all ages. We're committed to elevating all abilities. Some of the ways we're connecting the dots and providing that true integration of care include undertaking significant capital projects, you'll hear from Maureen a little bit later about those, that further support the growth and expansion of our services with our new centers of excellence, which you'll hear further about, as I mentioned. Making significant strides in investment in attracting and retaining key staff, and focusing our efforts on our culture so that we are the employer of choice. Continuing to evaluate programs with an eye toward ensuring the organization remains sustainable and that we're here for decades to come to serve existing and new clients. And finally, ensuring that we have a board of directors who are engaged and represent the communities we serve. I could go on about more of our accomplishments, but want to leave space for others to share their own perspectives about Easterseals, New Hampshire and Vermont. Now I'd like to invite to the stage the Mayor of Manchester, Joyce Craig, to say a few words. Mayor?
Good morning. Thank you, Andy. It's so great to be here with all of you to celebrate the incredible work and impact of Easterseals and the Farnham Center. The Manchester community and communities across New Hampshire and Vermont are so fortunate to benefit from the dedication and hard work of more than 1,300 individuals that are employed by Easterseals. Throughout this last year, they've enhanced the lives of nearly 18,000 through their services. They're involved in so much within our community, from substance use disorder treatment to veteran services, from early childhood education to workforce development. And they're able to connect the dots to ensure the whole spectrum of integrated care. You know, my own family has benefited from Easterseals. My husband's grandmother, our meme, attended the day service center. And my son, who's now 26 years old, received early intervention services at home and then went to the preschool on Auburn Street. And I can tell you with confidence that he received the services that he needed to succeed when he entered public education. And I'm very grateful for that. Education is what first got me involved in public service, so I'm really grateful for the new residential education school on Zachary Road, named after Larry Gaiman, which was specifically designed to address the unique needs of our students. We are so grateful to have Easterseals expanding their footprint in Manchester, providing tailored supportive environments for learners, ensuring they have the resources that they need to succeed. Easterseals also helps us ensure student success within our public school system by providing reliable transportation for students with disabilities, underscoring their commitment to a holistic approach of care, recognizing how education and well-being are connected. And outside of education, their Veterans Count outreach workers deserve special acknowledgement for their vital collaboration with our outreach service providers in our city. Together, they work to locate and support veterans living unsheltered to provide them with connections to housing. So throughout my time as mayor, Easterseals has been an invaluable player. The dedication to seeking collaboration with other entities speaks to our shared commitment to innovation, progress, and collective impact. I want to especially thank Maureen Beauregard for her commitment to always doing more. She and her team have stepped up whenever we've asked, and I'm so, so grateful for her leadership. And I want to thank all of you for your support. Let's look forward to a future where we connect the dots and create a city that thrives on inclusivity, compassion, and shared success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Craig. I couldn't help as I was standing there, I stole a look at your remarks, and I was struck by the fact that the size of her font is considerably smaller than what I'm reading from. And I went to the eye doctor yesterday, so I guess I've got a little work to do. Now I'd like to invite up to the stage Maureen Beauregard, our CEO.
I have to bring up my own because my font is even bigger than what's on here. Thank you, Andy, and thank you, Mayor Craig. I'm so happy to see all of you and inspired by your willingness and desire to help Easterseals fulfill its mission. And, you know, it's been an exciting, wild ride these 4 years that I've been at Easterseals. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years, but we've accomplished a lot in this short period of time, and it wouldn't happen without you, and it's important that you know that. I want to acknowledge the Board of Directors of Easterseals. If you all could stand up and wave to the very nice people, that'd be fabulous. Thank you. A dedicated and smart group of people that really take their job seriously, and I absolutely adore working with. And Larry Gammond is in the house. Can we say hi to Larry? Come on, Larry. Woo! You know, it feels really good to have Larry, you know, come to our events, meet with me, and support where we're going. You know, Easterseals has a very strong foundation of legacy staff, donors, supporters, and it's important that we honor that and that we build on that as we move forward. So, Larry, thank you very much for everything that you're doing to help us to move forward and your support. I'd like to start by thanking our supporters who supported the event today. So it's our silver sponsors is Bellwether, Credit Union, Bellwether, sorry, I read that as like two separate things. It's Bellwether Community Credit Union, Brown and Brown. Bronze sponsors are Bartley Financial, Granite Group Benefits, Sheehan Finney, WellSense, AmeriHealth Caritas, New Hampshire, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, Centene, New Hampshire Healthy Families, FedPoint, Market Square Architects, North Branch Construction and JSA Architects, Philadelphia Insurance Companies, Procon, Sullivan Construction, and U.S. Insurance Services. Thank you very much for supporting today's breakfast. You know, Andy mentioned that we've had some pretty significant growth over the past few years, and all of that comes from a strategic plan. There's no like, oh, can we do this, can we do that? It's a plan that is set forth by the staff and board, a collaborative process that we've been following for over 2 years. And it's really exciting to see it paying off. And we talk about, you know, connecting the dots. And Easterseals is a very large organization with lots of individual programs, but we know that when we are a one Easterseals and we're integrated, that we even have better success with the folks that we serve. And I really want to thank the staff for their willingness to really look at our culture and move towards this model that that we have accepted. You know, we provide services like clinical excellence and you know, integrated plans of care so that people can live, learn, work, and play in their communities. I want to talk about some of the successes that we've had. There are a lot of them, but I'm just going to give you a highlight of some of them. You know, we've implemented a business plan for our residential education program, and we have achieved great success. Our, you know, the staff capacity was really stressed, and through business planning and people really coming together as one Easterseals, connecting the dots within departments and programs, we've had tremendous success at hiring at a time when other places are really struggling. And that really speaks to our desire and commitment to those we serve. We've really prioritized employee appreciation. We have an employee appreciation committee internally, and we have wonderful engagement from the managers that work with folks. We know that in order to have great outcomes for the folks we serve, we need to have staff that are willing and dedicated and are appreciated. We've embedded practice management with the focus on process improvement and revenue enhancement. We've reopened our adult day program and in investing in hiring and census building through a marketing and branding campaign. You know, that program was very robust prior to the pandemic, and we really want to get it back to its grandeur. And we're hunkering down and we're doing the work. And many thanks to the folks in the senior program for hanging in there. People who come to that program really love you. So thank you for that. We've made market adjustments in salaries for nearly 1,000 employees. And the only reason we're able to do that is because of our business planning, because all staff are one Easterseals and they're willing to do what it takes. We've implemented diversity, equity, and inclusion across all of our programs and staff. Our Vermont program, you know, our child welfare program, which is, I think, the best in the country, you know, really advocated to the state for better contracts, and as a result, you have a sustainable program. And that kind of stress is really hard to manage, and you have really accomplished that. You know, Andy mentioned some of our, you know, bigger projects. These smaller things are really critical when you think about it, like, are staff happy? You know, is their pay okay? Is their health insurance okay? How do we staff? That's really important. So staffing is critical. And then having a facility that reflects how we think of people, the staff and the folks that we serve, that's critical. And so we have these centers of excellence, and we have the Champlain Place, which is a 65-unit affordable supportive senior housing development in Rochester for adults age 62 and older. We broke ground just over a year ago, and I can't even wait for move-in day. It's going to be in January, and we are thrilled that we have this housing. We have a senior day center that's available for folks when and if they need it. We have home health care available for folks when and if they need it. That's connecting the dots. That is really looking at one Easterseals and looking at clients one at a time. And I feel like that's our superpower. Just don't tell anybody else, because that's our competitive edge. And then I'd like to thank Hutter Construction for their work on this project, as well as Market Square Architects. It is a stunning facility, and I can't wait to invite you all to a ribbon cutting on that one. We have the New Hampshire, the Easterseals New Hampshire Military and Veterans Campus in Franklin. Have you all heard about that one? A lot of people have, yeah. We've made a little bit of noise on that. It's 30 units of affordable housing for veterans, a hub of services for providers like our Veterans Count program, and many others. It's a retreat center that you all can rent at some point, I hope. And it also has conference rooms and event space to lease. And the really cool thing too is, due to ProCon's really great penciling skills, we're looking at a multi-use therapeutic recreational building, an outdoor performance stage, and a military-themed playground. And we had a groundbreaking recently. We had like 300 people show up, and it wasn't even a ribbon cutting. So it's really exciting, this project. It's a game changer for our military and veteran community. And I want to thank ProCon for sticking with us. This hasn't been easy. Just when we think we can get going, we're like, oh, hold on, you know? So thank you for that. The product that you're creating is just outstanding, so thank you. And, you know, in our Rochester and in our Franklin campus, I have to thank New Hampshire Housing. I saw Rob Dappas. There you are, my friend. We can't thank you enough for investing in these projects and making them a reality. And Chris Miller, you've been just wonderful to work with, and you're even more over the top than I am when it comes to getting stuff like this done. And then finally, we have what I feel is an amazing, amazing project, and that is a new school for Gammon Academy. It's on Zachary Road. And the school broke ground in September, was designed by JSA Architects, and is being built by North Branch Construction. This is the first time that I've gotten to work with North Branch since like 20 some odd years ago, and Jim and I saw each other, and neither of us have changed a bit over those 20 years. Yeah. So it'll have larger classrooms, wider hallways, space where therapists can provide occupational speech and physical therapy sessions, and that's expected to be done in a year. So we have the internal work, right? All of those things that we needed to work on internally at Easterseals to connect the dots. And now we're providing the facility structure to help those programs to be that much more successful. And it has been an awesome wild ride so far. We're grateful that you're here today. We're grateful for your support, not only today, but throughout the year. And I look forward to having you all attend each of these ribbon cuttings, because they are huge milestones for Easterseals and those we serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Now I feel better. I took a look at the font associated with Maureen's remarks, and it was way bigger than mine. So I'm back on the reservation again, Maureen. Thank you. Now I'd like to share with you a little bit about our programming in Vermont. You know, most of you are probably most familiar with what we do here in New Hampshire. I would encourage you, if you have a moment, they've all been placed at your tables either today or please take our annual report with you afterward and just flip through it. It really is impressive, all of the clients that we're serving in Vermont, and we'll get a chance to hear from one of them in just a moment. But we typically, we empower and assist parents and children to improve their lives. We've earned the reputation for being the lead agency in the state in promoting family-centered practices for social services. The ultimate goal of our family finding program is to improve a youth's connection to their family and pull in various forms of family support and that kin have to offer, ultimately creating a safety network for the entire family. And the upcoming video we'll see here in just a second showcases how our family finding program staff helped to connect the dots of our client, Nakaya, who for the first time in her life was able to meet her father and other family members. So if we could cue the video.
Someone actually find my uncle's name in the newspaper and just took a long shot because it was the same last name as mine, and they happened to be Jamaican, and they got a hold of him and where he worked, and it just happened to be my uncle, and it just started from there. And then I worked with a woman named Nancy who was assigned in the family finding program to me, and it just went from there. Somehow I was able to get a passport and a trip funded to Jamaica, and I got to meet my family and on that, like my dad. It definitely was like a once in a lifetime experience for me because I got to leave the country and got to know like a different side of me that I had no idea about really, like my other culture. And then just being able to meet my father for the first time and my siblings. It was like honestly like a crazy experience, but I loved all of it, and I just felt like a lot of love immediately, and I still talk to them today. It's something that I'm very grateful for. I always felt like the black sheep of the family on my mom's side because I didn't like look like anyone since I was a different skin color than everyone else. Like I don't feel that I looked like everyone. I had different hair, so it was really nice to see it's something that I could connect to for me, and also made me like more confident in who I was. And I don't know, it definitely changed my life. Bittersweet too, because my dad was very sick. He had a brain tumor, and he knew he was gonna die soon, and I think him meeting me at the age that I was finally after not seeing me since I was like a baby, I think that really meant a lot to him. He like was fighting so long because he knew like that day was coming. After I left, we still kept in contact through the summer, but then he died like shortly in like October, and it meant a lot. I'm just glad it got to happen. So for anyone else who's doing it, it could be your situation. You never know when someone's gonna go. That's just something that I'll always remember and cherish, and I don't think I could have done it without this family finding program, so I'm happy that I was able to do it.
Boy, she has a beautiful smile, but I don't know about you, but those pictures of Jamaica look pretty good compared to what we all woke up to this morning here in New Hampshire. We're proud of the work that we do for families in Vermont and the impact that our staff has made in Nakaya's life, and you can tell from her remarks throughout the video that she's deeply appreciative of all we've done for her and her family. So now I'd like to invite Brian Bouchard, a fellow Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont board member and incoming board chair, as well as Maureen, to the stage for the awards portion of our program. Christine? Sure. Very big font. For all of those who have attended our celebration in the past, you may notice the two new award categories. In years past, we've celebrated the Eugene Van Loan Leadership Award and the David P. Goodwin Lifetime Commitment Award. In fact, we have many in the room today who have deservingly received these awards in the past. Could I ask those award recipients to please stand for a round of applause? Any prior Van Loan or Goodwin Award winners? Thank you. And thank you for coming today. We look forward to continuing with those awards and traditions at future events and in years to come. However, this year our planning committee has selected two individuals to celebrate today, and they're in this room, but they don't know that they're about to be recognized. It's not a secret that the pandemic changed the world we live in. It's also affected fundraising, our ability to host events, reach out to business partners and colleagues across the state, and connect with each other as well. Many of you are familiar with our very important Partners campaign, our VIP campaign, which has been a staple of our fundraising efforts for decades. This annual campaign brings together dozens of companies, community groups, staff, and board teams to raise funds in fun and unique ways. This year's campaign was a resounding success by every measure. Our teams brought in over $382,000, almost a 50% increase over the prior year. It was a wonderful opportunity for us to reconnect with our corporate partners and amazing fundraisers to raise funds for free and reduced price services for those we serve. Very Important Partners is a labor of love and a true team effort by many partners, but there's one person who captures the spirit of this campaign and carried it through to its success. Tracy Pelton is Vice President of Marketing and Business Development at Procon. Take your time, Tracy. I get to talk about you for a little bit. Tracy is the Vice President of Marketing and Business Development at Procon and has been an Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont board member since January 2018. In her time since joining the board, she's been instrumental in our VIP and capital campaigns, fundraising and participating in the Eversource Walk, volunteering at the Poker Run, leading our development committee, helping to plan our military and veterans campus groundbreaking event, and much, much more. This year, she was instrumental in elevating our VIP campaign and connecting the dots to new and returning donors with the campaign and events, in promoting engaging content to donors, and leading a team of new co-chairs throughout this complicated endeavor. Tracy's been a champion for all the individuals we serve and making sure everyone has access to our services. This morning, we'd like to thank Tracy with our 2023 Champion of the Year Award. Tracy, please join us.
Say thank you to all of you in this room who donated to the VIP campaign. These are people who need us, and I just want you to know that the people that we serve are amazing, with their children, veterans, elderly, people with disabilities, and I feel honored to be a part of this amazing board and the team at Easterseals. We have an amazing leadership team, and I couldn't ask for a better CEO to partner with on everything that she has going on. There's so much good happening at Easterseals. Thank you to everyone in this room for all of your belief in Easterseals and your donations and just giving of yourself, your time and talent. So thank you.
Our next award is Volunteer of the Year. Recognizing we needed a robust organization-wide volunteer program to encourage growth and bring in new community partners, in the spring, we hired our first volunteer manager. We know that volunteers are incredibly valuable, can help us build relationships, deepen ties with our existing partners, and build upon resources to even better support our individuals. Since April, we've collaborated across programs and departments to organize volunteer opportunities, streamline onboarding processes, and develop communications to recruit, retain, and engage with our growing team of volunteers. FedPoint has been a long-time corporate partner of Easterseals New Hampshire's Veterans Count program. One of their clinicians, Nicole Bernaducci, who is an RN, started volunteering with us at our events. In 2023 alone, she's volunteered nearly 30 hours at 5 of those events. Nicole is a true example of the ripple impact a volunteer can have. She not only dedicates her own time to volunteer, but recruits others to join her. She's willing to do whatever's needed, from pushing hundreds of pounds of sand up a hill at Fun Spot at our Red, White, and Brew event. That'll be your job next year, Brian. To greet guests at our On the Tarmac event. In addition to her incredible work ethic, her compassion really shows through when she answered a phone call from a veteran in crisis during our Veterans Count Phone-a-thon last May, and she was calm and kind and made sure that they received what they needed. When it comes to giving back, Nicole said she lives by the mantra, if you're capable, you're qualified, and if you're able, then you should. And she does. We are so grateful for Nicole's dedication and passion to Easterseals and are thrilled to recognize her today as our 2023 Volunteer of the Year. Nicole, please join us on stage. Me too.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to both Tracy and Nicole for being such steadfast supporters of all that we do. Now I'd like to introduce a video that features 2 of our clients, Brian and Teddy. Both are here with us, who are here with us today. Part of implementing our strategic plan was to shift away from being an organization with multiple programs operating independently to one united in serving the whole person. When a person receives a referral to us for any service, we consider the other ways we could be there for them and their family throughout their lives. This approach is making for better outcomes for all and a greater sense of community for all of our employees. You'll hear this in the following video featuring Brian and Teddy, as well as our dedicated staff who help them connect the dots to ensure continuum of care. So please cue the video.
I was drinking every single day for at least 4 or 5 years. You know, drinking came first. First thing I did when I woke up in the morning, and the last thing I did before I went to bed. 3:26 in the morning, 03:2600 hours. I can remember it. I just looked at my phone and it just was in my head that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this. I was not wanting to live, and I had a very detailed plan, and I was ready to go, and I watched the clock for 4.5 hours. I knew Cheryl was gonna be at work at 8, and she answered, and you know, I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for the, you know, answering that call.
I wasn't surprised, but I was scared when I got that call. I said, I can, because I have this great relationship through Easterseals. I can get you into Farnham.
I'll say it 1,000 times, that backpack that comes off your shoulder of the world and everything outside those four walls, I did not have to worry about anything outside of being in Farnham. Trying to rewire my brain was, the opportunity was only there because of Easterseals and Farnham. Veterans account helped me with all my debt in so many ways. They found funding for my electric to keep it on so I could put my house on the market and sell it. I couldn't imagine being it, like there's no way I could have done it. If I had everything that I had while I was drinking, I believe I can get way more sober.
The staff members within the leadership team, we really want to collaborate with each other. There's a trust that's built there, there's a knowledge of each other's programs, and it really matters.
We look for the yes instead of excusing why we can't, why we don't have the funds, why we can't get you into that thing we know you need.
Stories like Brian's, where we're able to collaborate with different programs in Easterseals and Farnham and really make an impact and a difference in someone's life is, like I said, the reason I came to Easterseals, and they make me proud and really, really grateful.
I can speak for everybody that was in with me when they said they've never been to a program like that. And it's nothing like any other one I've ever been to. I owe a large debt of gratitude for everything Easterseals has done for me. And
I think it's essential for various departments to collaborate with each other in regards to the services that are necessary for the individual. Teddy was in the adult day program first, and they realized a need for Teddy with the community-based services, working together with adult day program to help provide Teddy with his new living situation, his residential care, as well as his medical needs.
We've really strived to be one Easterseals over the last couple years, and I think Teddy really assisted in opening a door for that transition, showing us how we can work together.
Teddy could have been left homeless. Teddy had to make a major readjustment, leaving the apartment he had known and was comfortable in, then moving on to community-based services into another beautiful home in the community.
Yes.
Having your independence,
Right.
meeting new people, and to
Yes.
live out the rest of his life, having his best possible life.
You're catching on quick.
Yeah, I am catching on quick.
Teddy had voiced that he wanted a job so that he could make money to buy flowers for his family's graves, his parents as well as his brother, and also would like to make money so he could pay back Easterseals for everything that they've done for him, which is pretty amazing.
How's working at Market Basket?
Very easy.
Easy? Are you putting the groceries in the proper way?
Yes.
Okay, not too heavy?
No.
Okay.
Making an impact in anybody's life is a great feeling, and having somebody who is in need of our services, and you can certainly see by his expressions and his demeanor the impact that everybody in our field has made in his life is pretty rewarding.
I think without the support of Easterseals, just not sure where Teddy would be today. The services and the support that he has received is huge to his success in life.
Do you love being at Easterseals?
Yes.
You love the people at Easterseals?
Yes.
Everyone you've worked with?
Everyone. I love it here.
Wow, those are two pretty amazing stories. Thank you both, Brian and Teddy, for sharing your journey through several of our programs with us. And I invite you both up to the stage to receive something on behalf of the organization. That's Brian. Yeah, they both get one.
that out, those flowers that you love.
Nice to meet you.
Happy to meet you. My
No. Thank you very much.
Oh, Brian.
Come together.
No, you go in there.
Over here. Okay, you two. Come this way.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me get this small font out of the way for Maureen.
That is like the juice that runs through our veins at Easterseals. It's our why, and when I come to work, I always remember my why, as does everybody else at Easterseals. Thank you, Teddy and Brian. It's now time for the changing of the gavel, and you know, the role of the board is super important, and the role of the chair is very serious, and I feel blessed to have worked with many wonderful boards over the years, as well as board chairs. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say Joan Reich is in the house, one of the first ever board members that I ever worked with. She actually signed the papers on families in transition becoming an independent 501c3, and she is also a supporter of Easterseals. You know, let's forward over 33 years to where we are today. And, you know, Andy, I'm supposed to say something about you, and something nice. And I want to say to you, Andy, that I have loved this time with you. And I feel that this partnership that we've been on for 2 years has totally benefited the organization to the nth degree, but has made me, I feel, a much better leader and much more strategic thinker. And I kind of like fall in love with these board members because, you know, they give their time, their talent, their treasure, and on a personal level, Andy, I just adore you. I think you're just a great guy wanting to do the next right thing for so many people. You don't have to do this, but you choose to do it. And for that, I'm very grateful, and I'm grateful for the time that we've had together, Andy. I'm really going to miss working with you. Yeah. Brian, the incoming chair. Roll up your sleeves. Do you have your seatbelt? Oh, yeah. You have it? Okay. Because you're going to need it. I'm excited to be on this journey with you, Brian. We have so much momentum and so many things that are here and in the near future. And I look forward to being in partnership with you, to be in relation with you, in really helping the board and this organization forward. So, Brian, your turn.
Thank you.
I'm teaching him to be a hugger.
So Maureen isn't kidding. She has a seatbelt in her office in a frame, so I got mine ready to go. And I'm also looking at everybody's font, and I think my eyes are doing pretty good now that I'm seeing everybody's font up here. But again, thank you, Maureen. This has really been an inspiring morning. As Maureen and Andy mentioned, I'm Brian Bouchard. I'm in the incoming chair of Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont Board of Directors. To tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a professor of accounting at Southern Hampshire University right here in Manchester. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about debits and credits or anything this morning. But I've been working there 21 years full-time. On the campus here in Manchester. I also own a real estate business where I rent out commercial and residential property that I own. I joined the Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont board in 2015 because I believe in its mission and have seen the positive outcomes that can come from our programs. My cousin Matthew was involved over at Zachary Road working in the kitchen when he was a young adult in high school, and that was my exposure to Easterseals initially. In fact, when I came for a tour right before I joined the board, I was going down the hallway and there was a picture of him on the wall, so I don't know if that was planted or if that was there, but it was really great to see, and he's now 33 years old and doing great. But since joining the board, I've been amazed at just how much Easterseals does, which all of you have had a chance to learn more about this morning. I want to thank Andy for his leadership of the Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont board, as well as helping to get me ready for this new role. I've spent the last year shadowing Andy, asking questions and listening so that there's a continuum of leadership once I step into the role. So thank you, Andy, for all of your mentorship over the last year. I really appreciate it. As chair, I look forward to working with our board and leadership team to continue to carry out our strategic plan to help meet the needs of current and future clients, all the while bolstering financial sustainability within each major service area. Thank you to everyone for spending your morning with us and for your ongoing support of Easterseals New Hampshire and Vermont. We wouldn't be such a strong, impactful organization without all of you. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your morning and have a safe holiday season.
I'd like to say one more thing. I'd really like to thank the development team for pulling this together. It's a beautiful, beautiful environment that you created. Thank you.
So again, thank you very much for attending this morning. As Brian indicated, we're truly blessed to have such a wonderful group of supporters. And again, I wish everybody a healthy and happy Thanksgiving holiday season, and God bless everybody. Take care. Have a great day.